Now the easiest way to do this is going to be with synthetic division, where I look at this right here and see it as a plus 3. So I'm going to make my little house, but instead of a plus 3, I'm going to put in minus 3. Then here's where people will make their mistake. The coefficient here is 1, but there are 0 x cubes. That's what I'm missing. So I need a 0, or you will not get it right. It doesn't matter whether you use synthetic division or the other. Now I need to have a negative 10, a 2, and a 3. Kind of crowded together there just because we're running out of space. The first thing you automatically do is bring down the first term no matter what, which makes that a 1. And then you multiply this term times negative 1. Pause 1. Negative 3 times 1 makes negative 3. Well, now I'm going to add those together and get negative 3. I will now take negative 3 times negative 3, which makes 9. And because I switched my sign here, I can just add them, which makes negative 1. Negative 3 times negative 1 will be positive 3, which when I add those will make 5. And I always like to do this here. Negative 3 times 5, I get negative 15, which will give me a negative 12. Meaning, this started with x to the 4th. The answer is x cubed minus 3x squared minus 1x plus 5. And then you have a remainder of negative 12 over this x plus 3, which will be this answer right here, letter J. All right? And the long division works the same way, except you actually have letters in there. All right? So I'm going to come over here, and I want to find the remainder of this particular function in problem number 34. Well, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make my house, but it's positive 4, so I'm going to make it negative 4. And I go up here, my coefficients for the x cubed, fourth, is 1, negative 2, 12, 5, and negative 10. I draw a little line. The answer I'm going to be looking for is going to be the remainder in that part right there. You bring down the same number. Remember, multiply this. What's negative 4 times 1? It's negative 4, which will make negative 6. Negative 4 times negative 6 will be 24, which will add and make this 36. And negative 4 times 36 will be negative 144, which added makes negative 139. And negative 4 times negative 139 will be 546, which 5 negative 10 makes 536, which, make it 556 here, which makes 46 here. Got my numbers looked at, I looked at my paper wrong. 4 times that, well, 556 makes 546. The answer is letter G on that particular one. All right, now we have one more of those same types of problems to do. Let me a little arrow down here to this one. Problem 35, okay, is very, very similar. All right, it says which one of these is a factor? Now here you have to use a little bit of guess and check. All right, which kind of is where the synthetic division comes in really, really important here. So as I look at my choices, I see a 2 here and I see they're all positives. If they're all positives, that probably means it's probably not one of these 2 negatives. Probably, that doesn't guarantee that. And because I see a 2, I would start with x plus 2. And if I start with this one to check it out, plus 2 would be a negative 2 in the house. And my coefficients are 3, 3, 2, 2. I'm going to draw my line and make a deal down there. This time I started with the 3, so I bring the 3 straight down. And now I'm going to multiply. Negative 2 times 3 makes negative 6. Add it, makes 3. Negative 2 times 3 makes negative 6. Add those together, it's going to be negative 4. Negative 2 times negative 4 makes 8, 10. I did not get a 0 here, so I know that C is not a correct answer. So now I'm kind of like, oh, I'm kind of bummed. Well, what I would do now is just kind of start over. But this time, instead of testing, unless I'm going to I can leave those numbers there the same. This time I'm going to probably test this one, the positive one. Just trying to make a guess. So if I'm testing positive 1, I put a negative 1 in there. Still bring down the 3. And now I'm going to multiply. Negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. Hey, there's 0. Negative 1 times 0 is 0. Bring down the 2. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. I got an answer of 0. So my answer is B, x plus 1. But now you can also use long division, but synthetic is a lot easier. Also, you can go to your calculator, put in y equals to see which one of those places it particularly crosses at.